When you think of Kirbyville, what comes to mind? I picture a small town in country lands where there are little to no people who have heard about it, where there's a population of what, like 110? But unlike today, Branson was not the it spot. In fact, it was mainly just cornfields and a blank canvas of what is next to come. Back in the 1800s, Kirbyville was the place to be, a place of commerce and travel. In the year of 1869, a visionary named Warner established a village and gave it the name Warnersville. While constructing the village, he sought out to make 60 feet wide avenues crossed by 9 streets. Not even a few short years later, in 1872, a man by the name of William M. Kirby established a post office and renamed the town to what we know it as today, Kirbyville. Not too long after that, the town was being built from the ground up, with houses, schools, and many businesses underway. Some of the main businesses included a hotel, a drugstore, 2 doctor's offices, a lively barn, a blacksmith shop, and a cotton gin. Among this town there were many merchants. John Cantera, W.J. Middleton, James M. Parnell, and Van Zant were a few of the well-known merchants. Parnell, a former resident of Boone County, Arkansas, built one of the first stores. He had about everything you could think of in his store: dried goods, groceries, clothing, farm implements, and millinery. With the help of his sons, he managed the store. Kirbyville's grist mill and cotton gin was owned by Ben L. Cummings. One of the things people enjoyed doing was going to the photo gallery. Kirbyville was a distributing point for the U.S. mail south of the river. It was an important crossroad for the freight wagons that went along the highway between Harrison, Arkansas, and Springfield, Missouri. The location of Kirbyville was vital to some of the history it has made. The mill of Kirbyville held stable jobs for many people in the area. Since Kirbyville was a town of business and a town of many people, there was little peace in the town. An incident had occurred where a bald number was shot by an anti-bald number, so the town was not at ease. After this took place, there were a number of other crimes involving the bald numbers. At the turn of the century, there was a switch-up in events. The streets were not as busy, the riots of the town were no longer spoken of. This happened as soon as it was possible for people to travel to the town of Branson. All of the stores, shortly after this, went out of business. But Kirbyville School District never failed. In fact, it is currently recognized as a Gold Star School District. A school, a church, a post office, good old Hilltop gas station, and unspoken stories are all that remain of this little town of Kirbyville.